Alright, so before we get into the video, I just wanted to say thank you so much for clicking on the video, and that if you guys are new here or have been around and haven't subscribed yet, consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell down below. It's the best way to support my channel and make sure you are notified for all future videos. Thank you for watching, and let's get right into it. Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another Slime Isekai Memories video. So today I have for you the Tempered Edge Extreme 3, the Sword Master King EX3 difficulty clear, and I guess special mission clear as well. I have 3 separate ones just because I kind of split the missions up a bit differently. But let's go over the missions and exactly what the boss does before we get into it. So the missions, I kind of already did them, but they're basically just use a full dark team, use a full team of magic users, do a full hand of soul of skills, do 3 runs with 5 surviving members, do this 250 skill points in 1 turn, and use 2 characters who have an initial rarity of 4-star, so 2 4-stars on your team in a battle position. So pretty easy and standard missions. But let's look at the boss. So he has 350,000 health, 12,000 defense, and 8,000 attack. Obviously he's weak to magic. You can't stun him obviously either, and he after the first turn he'll automatically decrease or debuff your orange orbs, and he'll increase his own defense by 50%, and then he'll give himself the crit rate and pierce rate, and then I think a little bit after that he'll debuff you, I think on turn 4 or turn 5, and then he'll debuff your blue orbs, and then after that he'll increase his own physical attack resistance and magic attack resistance for 2 turns on turn 6, I think, and then he'll also occasionally do an AoE physical attack for 30% of your max HP. So I think on one of my runs when I went to turn 10, he did 2 of them. So if you are on like 8 or 9 or so, then he'll only do 1, and then he might do 1 the next turn. So yeah, obviously he does a single target light attack. Pretty easy. I think the main difficulty with this stage is not the damage that you're supposed to do, but I guess tanking his attacks, because he'll start doing a lot of damage, especially if you're trying to keep like your 2 DPS units in the back. Sometimes trying to just constantly get 6 hands of orbs, if your defense and health equipment is not the greatest, then you might struggle a little bit in terms of surviving. But overall I thought it was pretty easy. I mean I do have like all the Dark 2.0 units, right? So that's coming from more of a skewed perspective. But I think as long as you have the main dark units from the original part 1 banner, and you bring someone like Aaron or Ranga, for example, who can orb change, then you should be able to clear it pretty easily, and do all the missions and such. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's get right into the first initial clear, I guess. All right, so the first initial clear that we have is going to be using this team. Basically just the standard team that I normally use, except you'll see that I'm actually using the new Dark Diablo. Now the only reason I'm using him, right, is because 1, I just want to use him because he is a new unit, and 2, because he has the orange to green orb change. You could replace him honestly with like Aaron or Ranga, for example, and they'll do pretty well. He's not necessary, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Rimuru and Milim will be my main like DPS units. Shinsha is there for the crit resistance down plus skill point increase, and also the massive attack buff, because I'm trying to push this to turn 8. The reason you can kill earlier, but I just like building up all the skills and stuff like that and then just nuking him instantly. So this is the team that I'm using. and let's get right into it after I swap the support character. And yeah, so overall, like I said in the beginning, I think that this stage is relatively easy. You can get unlucky with the the second hand of orbs. If you get like a full orange hand or something, that could be really bad. But you know, obviously we start out same as usual. You just orb change with Isis, and then you send the full 6 hand. I get countered, of course, because I always get countered. And yeah, we're just going to be trying to build up, obviously, our ults and skill points. Now, the reason I have Rimuru in the back is because once I use his ult eating skill, then I can literally just throw him in the back, and I have no use, like, I have no need to bring him out unless someone is low, right? So, so here I pop the other skills first, and then I pop Veldora, so I can do the final orb change for that and still have it cost the same amount as it would if I were to initially use it. And then I bring in Shinsha here just to use the crit resistance down to build it up, and also the skill point increase, because hers is the permanent one that goes up to a max of 100%. It's not like a one turn kind of thing. And of course I get countered again. That's great. We're doing okayish damage. You can see that we're not doing like that much, right? We've maybe done 10% of his health. So here I'll swap Milim out. I don't need to bring in Milim anymore. And here I'm gonna pop the Isis buff, the green orb buff, and then I'll pop Veldora because I want to reset the skill cost for all the skills, right? I'll pop Isis orb change, and then Shinsha's debuff again, and then I'll just send the full hand. Now with this team, you'll get a lot of ults constantly, and it's up to you whether you want to save it or use it. Honestly, I just preferred to use it, especially with my non-DPS units, just because you get more points when you have a full 6 hand of green rather than having the ult there. The ult is obviously not going to do like a lot of damage, right? Because he still has his debuffs and stuff, and I'm not buffing it. Here I swap in Rimuru a little early, and I couldn't use Veldora and I wanted the full hand, so I use Isis's skill again, bumping up the cost, obviously sending the full hand plus her ult, and you can see that we're at 190 skill points. I get countered again. We're at max skill points, and we have like 1.5 Veldora charges. So here I have Diablo and Isis's ult, and he debuffs right before he gets his ult, which is fine. Normally I wouldn't have brought Rimuru in, but I forgot that I thought it was the other turn where he was going to get his ult. But here I don't really want to waste points orb changing, so I just send the 2 blues, and then I send the 2 ultimates, get those cleared out, and then I steal his skill, and I'm just gonna keep. I think I just keep Rimuru out here, or do I swap him out? Yeah, okay, never mind. I swap him out, and I do the orb change, and all the orb changes, plus the gauge increase, because I don't have a Veldora, and it's fine. I'm just trying to build up as many skill points as I can, and then I send the full hand plus the ultimate, plus Shinsha's ultimate. I don't need it to do like damage. Yeah, I could have saved it for damage, but I mean, I didn't. I figured, you know, Milim and Rimuru with all the buffs there, it's more than enough to kill, so it doesn't really matter. So here he gets his buffs for 2 turns, and I believe here I just sent Isis and then the 3 orbs. I thought about using Veldora, but I decided against it because obviously I'm not going to be able to build it enough to get another one by next turn when all of the buffs go away. So here I guess I just send the blue plus the Isis ult, and there we go. And then we get this hand. I believe I swapped Milim in for Isis, I think. No, I guess not. I just send the full hand of what do I do here? So I guess I don't want Isis to die because she's very low, so I just bring in Rimuru. Send the 4 orbs, just build up a little bit more skill points. 193 is good enough because I want to make sure that I have enough for all 3 attack skills, right? So here I bring in Milim for Diablo, and then I go ahead pop the all 3 buffs, and I was hoping that I would have enough for the orb change just to send the full hand, because why not? But I don't think I did. So here I give them the magic buff, the 70% fully maxed out, and then obviously the 2 buffs, and I just send the 2 greens, Rimuru and Milim, and she hits for 25,000 crit, 37,000 crit. Rimuru hits for 53,000, and then Milim hits for 280,000. So pretty smooth. Initial clear. This was just going in like the first time. I just put on this team because I figured it was going to be almost the same as the last one in terms of how it worked. Obviously, just more health and such. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's move on into the magic mission. All right, so this is the team that I use for the magic mission. Obviously, it's gonna be basically the same, but to make it easy, I just brought in Aaron. Aaron works really well with this team, just because, again, she has the orb change, and you know, she has decent tank stats with along with Milim, the Earth Milim support, so she works pretty well. Again, these battles are all just going to be the same sort of thing, where you just try to build up skill points, use a bunch of skills with Veldora, and then get Milim's ult, keep her out, use Rimuru on turn 5 when Gazel ults, so that you don't obviously take any damage, and you get his ult for free, and build up skill points to absolutely nuke him, and that's it. A pretty simple and relatively like straightforward tempered edge this month, which is good. So here, I believe I'm gonna pop the orb change for her and Milim, and then Isis's green orb buff, and then I believe I popped this just to reset the cooldown of the skills, and then I bring Shinsha in for Aaron, I believe, just to pop obviously the crit resistance down and get the skill point increase. And then we send the full hand. I was hoping maybe I could find some way to bring in like Shinsha and then reset her thing as well, but there was just no way to do so. So that's unfortunate, I guess, but it doesn't matter too much. So here, I just need to bring Aaron in because we have 2 of each. Bring Aaron in, pop the 2 orb changes, maybe pop Veldora again to reset the cooldowns, and then send the full hand along with the ultimate. Yeah, okay. I guess I don't pop Veldora. It's fine. I can literally just do it next turn. And we have 1.75 Veldora gauge, so we already have 1, and we're pretty close to building up the next one. We do that, and then now I have Milim's ult and Aaron's ult. Obviously, I'm going to swap Milim out for Shinsha. Just keep her out of here. I don't really need her anymore. Again, we have the same 2 and 2, so pop Veldora, pop the 2 orb changes with the ultimate, and the gauge increase and all that jazz, the crit resistance down, and send the full hand again. And here I was checking to see if I needed to pop Isis's skill, but I didn't need to. We have max skill points, we have 1.5 Veldora charges. We're looking pretty good. I have more than enough skill points for Rimuru's ult and anything else if I need to use anything. And we're slowly chipping away at him. He has some amount of health. He's lost like maybe 15-20%. Bring in Rimuru for who do I bring him in for? I might bring him in for Isis after. I think that's why I popped the Veldora here, because I can do the orb change. Yeah, I pop Isis, and then I swap, I pop her gauge increase, and then I swap her out for Rimuru, because then we're gonna get the 2 orange orbs, pop Aaron, and his ult absorb, and then Shinsha's crit resistance down skill, get all of that increase, and then we should be at some pretty nice skill. We should have some pretty nice skill points, and we're not going to take any damage from the ultimate. To do that, Rimuru does his thing, and there we go. Eat his ultimate, and then obviously he just whacks into them a little bit. Here I just swap obviously Rimuru out for, or I guess I swap Milim out for Rimuru, and then I swap in Isis, get the ultimate. I can just reset the skill cost and then use Isis's buff again, or orb change, and then maybe the buff again. But we do use Shinsha's crit resistance down again, and you can see that's at 51%, so it's a little bit slow, just especially the fact that I don't have it maxed out yet. But if it was maxed out, that number would be pretty high, I believe, because we've used it what, 3 or 4 times, and what, 15, that would be what, 60% plus Milim, that would be maybe like 65% or something, plus Reamer's ult is not his ult, but his ult eating buff. So yeah, we're at 278 here. Just gonna stall for one more turn, pop Aaron's ult. I'm saving Shinsha just to have it for next turn, pop Aaron, and then just send the 3 blues, because why not. And then here we are. Shinsha gets a little low, hoping she doesn't get countered. And here I make the mistake of not like using some skills beforehand, or not calculating beforehand, because I forgot about the 250 skill point. So we do 25 there, plus oh, I guess I pop Veldora here just to reset the skill cost of everything. Then 55, 55, 80. So I'm actually gonna do the math there, because I want to see if this is bugged. So 25 plus 15 plus 55 plus 55 plus 80 is 230. So yeah, if I popped any one of the, well, one of probably the Aaron orb change beforehand, I would have cleared the skill point mission in this run, right? Knocking out like basically all the missions, or 3 of them in one run. But I just wasn't counting, I forgot, and then I couldn't pop anything else, unfortunately. We get countered there, but Shinsha luckily survives with just a little bit of health, and then we hit him for 100,000, clearing those missions. And yeah, I have another run with the 250 skill points. I don't know if I'm gonna show the whole thing, just because it's the same thing, but I'm just building up again. So I'll cut to the part where I use all the skills and such, and show that mission being cleared. All right, so we're here at this run. As you can see, it took me a little bit, but here we have 270 skill points. We have all these skills, and here I'm like, okay, I gotta calculate exactly how much I need to use, right? So I do 55. I do that initially, and I just figured I have 277. Yeah, 277. So as long as that number is below 30, or like 27, then you know that means we used more than 250, or at the very least 250. So here I'm just using skills, and then I'm like, okay, I can swap Isis out, pop Veldora, use all the attack buffs, and then especially with the 35 up, and there we go. We have what, like 12 skill points left, so we've definitely used over 250. I popped Veldora here, I almost forgot to do that. And then we send all of it, absolutely destroy him. Pretty easy getting that 250 skill point clear. Sometimes I've done it before where I literally just forget, but I think there was like maybe 1 or 2 times either I forgot or the game just bugged, or sometimes it doesn't count. But yeah, I just didn't clear this last one, but I figured I didn't need to do another run to show that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, a relatively easy tempered edge, especially if you have the part 1 banner units. Obviously, those units are designed to take on this stage. You can do it with other dark teams, but it'll be a bit harder just because they're more geared towards blue orbs, whereas this team is geared towards green. But yeah, again, like I said, pretty easy. That's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully this helps, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.